What's up? What it do, you guys? It's your girl, Ash Brown, and I got my co-host with me, Rochi-san. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? Everything's happening. Everything's good to know.
Yes, and welcome to Streaming Reviews, where we talk about our favorite shows that are typically on streaming services, all right? So you can check out a lot of this stuff on streaming services. The first one, which is a fan favorite of mine, I've been telling Ro about this for years, and she did not believe me. She did not believe me, but it is Only Murders in the Building. We are one episode away from the finale. Ro, how are you feeling, man?
I don't know, man. It's just, I don't trust anybody in this last, like, homeschool hotel. Like, I have no idea. Everybody could have done it. Heck, I would have done it too. Ben was a horrible son of a gun, right? Like, he was just so nasty. Anybody, you know? So, I don't know. Who could be? What do you think?
It's a lot of craziness. Like, this last episode revealed a lot more. So we understand now that, is it Donna?
Yeah, Donna. Yeah.
Donna. Shout out to all the Donnas of the world. My favorite Donna Teresa. Yeah. But yeah, so Donna, I want to say producer or director or whatever of the show, we find out that she actually poisoned Ben with a cookie in his dressing room. So it's like, So he scarfed down the cookie, was basically shoving it down his throat, and was really getting into it. And got out on stage and passed out and was like foaming at the mouth and all that crazy stuff. And so we find out that Donna actually did it. So we're like, okay, Donna is to blame. Donna is this. Donna's bad. But Ben also ends up dead the same night. Like, dead for real this time. Like, there's no coming back from now. He's all the way gone. And what were your thoughts on that, Ro? Like, how did you feel about Donna, and where do you feel like the story's going to go?
Well, I mean, I was actually a little bit surprised that, she'd want her, this brand new Broadway play to be, like, destroyed. But, I mean, she's doing it for her son, This way, if everything is destroyed, then it's like, oh, her son will be just fine, But, it's interesting that she did all that, because she was even like, oh, Ben, go to the dressing room. She already set everything up. So I thought it was interesting that she just kind of sent him to his death like that. And nobody expected anything, So, honestly, I'm just not really sure where it's going with this, because when they tried to save Loretta, who was Meryl Streep's character, they tried to save her, but oh no, who's there? Look in the background, Donna. They're like, oh, stop, she's here. What should we do?
Right. So, like I said, we know that she definitely poisoned Ben, but we don't know who pushed him down the elevator shaft, and we don't know if he was already dead before getting pushed, or did the fall
kill him? Maybe it was before something. I mean, I just don't need that much might to, like, push somebody or anything, like, down the elevator shaft, but like we were saying before, like, somebody had to allow them to go up there. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, go ahead, just walk up to the ladder and just hang up on the shaft, But I just don't know, man. This is a really good show, and I just don't want it to end.
Got one episode down. So, yeah. So, we found out Donna was also the one that was shredding. Because remember, was it Howard that said that he heard...
Little squeamish guy.
Yeah. He said he heard, like, shredding, or he heard, like, a weird sound in the office. And, the door was locked. Because nobody knew Donna was in there.
Yeah,
but we knew. The door was locked.
And he was just like, oh, snap, what's going on in there, Because apparently they have this one lady, Marcia, I think her name was, she was like a Broadway, like, critic. And when she first saw the play before it became, like, musical, she said it was a horrible play and this and that. So it makes sense that Donna would want to get rid of that copy of that, and shred that sucker, into oblivion.
Yeah, so her main thing is, she's trying to save her son. She's trying to save his career or whatever, or, spare him the embarrassment or whatever it should be. So that was really interesting to see that is the route that they're going with it. is that she's trying to save him. But my thing was like, why the heck was she at the court hearing? I'm like, there was like no reason for her to be there unless the son has something to do with his last killing, with Ben's last death.
Like it was like a tag team type of situation.
Right.
Like one person killed him, the other person pushed him off.
Right. I totally feel that there is a second person involved in his second killing, because it definitely was not. It was not a coincidence that he died like for real that night. The second time, and we just don't know. I mean, honestly, like you said, there's a lot of people that did not like this guy, and there's a lot of ways that this could have just really gone left field. So I still don't trust Tolbert or whatever they call him.
That weird name.
Yeah, I don't like Jesse Williams. I just don't trust him. I don't know. Maybe it's the light eyes. I just feel.
Eyes, I think.
I'm like, you can't be trusted, sir.
You didn't save that elephant, sir.
Yeah, and then we also found out that it was Mabel's birthday, and that was
like, it's just like Ash, she don't want to celebrate her birthday, so here, Mommy, let her Mabel.
It reminds you of who? Mabel reminds you of who?
Yeah, you.
Oh, me. Oh.
Celebrate your birthday. It's like, you gotta force you to celebrate your birthday. It's half the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things, we're not talking about me. We're talking about Bloody Mabel, doggone it.
Sure.
Talking about Bloody Mabel. And then, but also, is it Ruth? Was that the chick that was with Steve Martin? That chick that he was with?
Loretta?
No, Loretta. No, that's Martin Short.
Martin.
Steve Martin.
Yeah, it was something weird like that.
Yeah, I still am kind of suspicious of her because we haven't seen her for a while.
Like 5 episodes at least.
Yeah, and I just feel like there's little tidbits. Like last episode was the whole wedding dress. Remember they put Mabel in the dress and they are all dressed up, because who's gonna stop a bride? Which is true. Who's gonna stop a bride? I'm like, oh, you can't go. Or da, da, da. So I just feel like they keep weaving her into these episodes, even though she's not there, and I'm suspicious. I'm like, I feel like she's a part of the puzzle somehow. I don't know how. I don't know how.
I mean, because you haven't seen her in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, right?
That's a good point.
That was their lipstick that, Ben probably wrote. You're a pig.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody could have wrote that. So.
Anybody could have wrote that. Like I said, I'm not letting up on it. I feel like there's somebody else involved. Donna, we knocked her down for sure for poisoning. I don't believe that she killed him that second time.
It could have been like her and the son tag team.
It could. That could very well be a big part of it. I just feel like she's got another vested interest because there's no reason for her to be at Loretta's arraignment. There was no reason for that. Like, I was like, what's the point of her being there for that? She didn't have to be there for that. What the heck?
Makes them more guilty, honestly.
Yeah, I'm like, we know you poisoned him. What are you here? Make sure to put the last nail in the coffin for him.
I think so.
And then Dickie still doesn't know that Loretta's his mom, so that's interesting
I
too.
don't know what she was waiting on for that. I mean, just tell me that at this point.
It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. He still doesn't know.
It'll be a nervous wreck on Tuesday. I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's the finale. I gotta watch it now.
Dude, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so crazy. But it should be.
Watch when it's done.
I know. Well, we're gonna have to go back to like classic TV, which we were just talking. Yeah, you were just talking about. We were talking about Give Me a Break and Different Strokes and Fast of Life, and those are all
Different Strokes. You know that,
dude. That was my shit when I was a kid, man. I remember like coming home from school and watching Different Strokes in the afternoon, and then Willis would be like in trouble, like in real life on TV. I'm like, oh, he's on TV, and they'd be like, no, it's not good, Ashley. I was like, it's not good. It's not good stuff. But that's another story. All right, we're not going down that rabbit hole. All right, the second show we're going to talk about today is American Horror Story, Delicate. What are your thoughts on that one, Earl?
Yeah, so far I'm really loving it. I mean, even though, Kim K is in it, the character she portrays is very plasticky, very, do what she's supposed to do. She's it works for her. So I don't really mind her in the show anymore. first episode, I was like, oh gosh, please don't make her have a big part. But I really do think Emma Roberts is doing a great job as always, because she, like, horror is like her element. You know, you would expect with a little bitty 5'2" girl, like, to be a scream queen, you know?
And you know what's crazy? Because I was wondering how tall, and I feel the same way about Kim K. Like, I was like, she's gonna like totally derail the whole storyline. It's gonna be all about her. But I don't mind her in this role. And I think because she is usually on the opposite end of such a role, as far as like in her real life or whatever, you know, she's always a talent. So it was kind of interesting for her to be like the talent scout and kind of like guiding a young woman's career and telling her what she needs to do. She's going to be on top. But I'm suspicious of her as well. But this is a side note. I didn't know. I was like, how the hell tall is Kim K? Because I'm like, Ho is always like, you know, in different. I'm like, how tall is she? She's only 5'2", bro. I'm
really? I thought, wait, if she's 5'2", then how tall is Emma Roberts? I thought she was about 5'2".
I don't know, but in real life they said she is only 5. I was like, she's 5'2". She's like a little person.
Oh, that's hey, watch out, man. I mean, like, heels and camera angles can do a lot for a person.
Clearly, I did not think that she was 5'2". I did not think that at all. Never did I.
She was like the shortest out of all of them, but you know, funny you said about her character. It's much like her mom, you know. You know, idea of being that kind of character.
Yes, you're very. You hit it spot on, Ro. I think that she definitely gets a lot of that stuff from her mom, and yeah, I'm totally on board with that, Ro. Totally on board with that. Yeah. But yeah, I don't trust her. You know, back to the storyline. I don't trust her at all. Her giving Emma Roberts some B12. That was weird. Looked like vials of blood to me. But
yeah. Honestly, you should listen, people. You should never ever take medication just like that. You know, you gotta have prescriptions. You gotta make sure it's cool with your doctor. You don't just take it with your best friends. Like, hey man, get a shot of this B12, brah. Like, you don't take that. What's wrong with you?
No. I mean, B12 is pretty.
Yeah, but there's no proof that's B12 though.
This is also true. But I was saying, like, B12 is something that, like, it's super common. You can get it at the grocery store. You know, cute little caplets or stuff. Or sometimes I'll even get the liquid dropper. I don't know what that stuff is that she gave her. I was like, nah, bro, that don't look like the B12 I done seen before.
You set you up for some pain or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like a lot of people have a vested interest in her to either fail or I don't know. But I don't trust Kardashian, of course. We never trust her. I don't trust the husband.
Nah, I don't trust the husband.
And then let's talk about the husband's friend who always says the most inappropriate stuff. We're on episode 2. All right, the first episode, she already's talking about the previous wife who passed away or whatever, which we don't even know how the wife passed away, but that's a whole nother story we're probably going to figure out at some point. But she keeps bringing up this past wife. And
comparing the two,
Yeah, she keeps bringing it up. And then they spend time at her, like she has like a weekend house or something. Yeah, like a weekend house. And they spend time over there. And then she goes, Emma Roberts goes to the kitchen to get like a spoon or something. And it's so obvious that somebody left a photograph kind of wedged under the utensil thing. And she pulls it out and it's the husband and the previous wife. That stuff is not by accident. That heifer got some vested interest in making Emma's life hell. She don't like her. Like you said, she probably preferred the previous wife or whatever.
Probably. Hello, she has a shrine for the woman.
This is true. It's like every time that they go out and do something, she's always bringing her up. And I'm like, that's unnecessary. You don't need to do that.
And like she's intentionally hurting this poor girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I definitely don't trust the husband. I don't trust Kardashian. We don't know who broke into her apartment. The cops don't believe her. They think she's crazy. And then, she went to the medical center and she had a visitor. She was seen by a nurse.
Cara Delvine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, she had like the worst bedside manner I've ever seen in my entire life. Basically, like, shut up, I'm gonna do this test. Just shut up, all right? Stop talking to me, all right? I'm like, what's wrong with this? And she was doing the test, and she kind of left, and then, I remember that again.
Yeah, so basically, like, she did an ultrasound on her, and she was, making her uncomfortable, which when you do an ultrasound like that, it's uncomfortable anyway. There's no happy median with doing one. But when she took the little rod or whatever out of her, it was all bloody and shit, and then she just kind of walked off. And then, like, a couple minutes later, the doctor comes in, explains everything, and all this stuff. And, she was like, I already did an ultrasound. And he was like, no, you haven't had one done for the last couple of weeks. And she was like, no, the assistant just came and did one. And they're like, what assistant? And then she named her, and they're like, we don't have anybody on staff with that name. And we're like, oh, dun, dun, dun. And then...
Yeah, I mean, I've had plenty of ultrasounds in my day, and it's like, they do it, like over the stomach, you know what I mean? But I don't know why that would be all bloody and stuff, you know what I mean? It's like,
well,
how that works.
Without getting too graphic, there is another ultrasound that I've had done a couple of times that not as... The one on the stomach, that's the easy one. I'll say that much. That's the easy one. The other one, it's uncomfortable. And it definitely shouldn't have come out bloody like that. I was like, that would look like something else. So, I don't know about that one. But, yeah, pretty crazy. But, okay, so let's talk about the awards. So, she is about to get this massive, like, what is it, the Gotham Award or whatever, right? Yeah. She's about to get this award. And she goes into the bathroom, right? Yes. What'd you feel about that scene?
It was pretty crazy. This crazy fan just like showed up and asked all these weird questions and stuff. And he said that they put their hand on her stomach or something.
I don't know if she put her hand on her stomach. She kind of was motioning toward her stomach. And that's one thing there, like, kind of like, I think she pushed her, or shoved her, kind of. And then, you see, like, the lady fell or whatever, and she's looking like she's basically dead. And she's, like, freaking out, and I don't even know how somebody came in there and got her. They're like, hey, your category's up next. You got to be here, in case you win. And she gets up on stage, and she, they call her name, so she's winning the award. She gets up on stage, and we don't know if it's the medication. We don't know if someone's drugged her or did something, but she starts hallucinating and seeing stuff. The first thing she sees is that lady from the bathroom, all head off, bloodied and stuff. Oh God, that scared the hell out of me. I'm sorry, my air conditioner just started, and sometimes if I don't close my door, it'll slam my door, and it scared the bejeebies out of me. And we're talking about Delicate American Horror Story. Okay, you cannot make this stuff up. Oh my God.
Don't get to all of
it. Oh my God, that was so creepy. And then right around, I'm talking about this lady. So she looks up and she sees the lady all bloodied and like sitting at the table clapping for her and shit. And she's like, oh my gosh, what is that? And she looks over at the husband and Kim K, and she sees the husband like making out with the former wife and some other chick and all these crazy things. And then she just starts to like just pass out. She wakes up.
What about the blood, in her mouth? Just like,
was it blood though, or was that like in her imagination?
No, it didn't actually happen. I'm just saying, like when she won the war, she saw all that stuff, but her mouth started to like get all disgusting and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't know if like
that actually happened though. Yeah.
That's the thing that I remember seeing that, but I'm like, did that actually happen, or did she imagine that, or was it?
She imagined that because next scene you see her like she's kind of still on the bathroom floor. They tell her that you didn't make it to the award show or something like that.
And then she kept.
It was kind of weird because they kept offering her like a sedative, and even the husband's like, "Yeah, go ahead, take it, honey." And it's like, bro, she's pregnant. Why would she take a sedative? And why are you cool with this? It was weird, yeah.
Oh my gosh, but yeah. Also, back to his friend or whatever, or her frenemy, I should say. That friend or whatever was just like really really weird. Did we talk about when she let them stay at her home or whatever? Her like weekend home.
Yeah, we discussed that. Remember with the whole picture and all
Yeah. But did we also talk about oh crap, I totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, the friend is super weird. She keeps inserting herself in places that she shouldn't. And, they're playing up the lesbian energy thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, because we're lesbians, blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, it is what it is. Who can't be a lesbian at this stage of the game? It's like, you're not doing anything.
Hey, you better watch it. You want them coming out?
Oh, I'm not coming for nobody. I'm just saying. But it was like they're really trying to play that up, big that up. But she keeps inserting herself and keeps inserting the previous wife. And I don't know. To me, it just seems weird.
It's very weird.
It seems super weird.
My theory is that she was in love with her or something and never got a chance to be with her. Honestly, keep talking about the woman if she's been dead for so long, or talk about her when the wife isn't there, maybe. I mean, it's just weird. It's like, it's always on her mind,
Yeah, I mean, she definitely, Emma definitely has...
Roberts,
yeah, she definitely has an enemy in her, because... The girl, like I said, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. But you keep doing it. You keep doing it, though. I don't understand. So.
What if she drove the other little lady crazy, too? Maybe that was before the first wife. Maybe that was one of his girlfriends or something. That was not making it out with? Yeah.
That could be.
Or she keeps doing this pattern of, driving a little crazy or something.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel similar to Only Murders in the Building, because I feel like it's a whodunit situation. Like, I think everyone's guilty right now. I don't trust anybody on this show.
You really shouldn't trust anybody on most shows.
I really don't trust most of the people on these shows. And I just, like I said, it's weird. It's weird. And then every minute, her progesterone, which, is that thing that medication or vitamin that she's supposed to be taking, while she's trying to get pregnant and stuff. Every minute, that's on the counter by itself. And she said she didn't put it out there. So, I don't know.
That could be a vengeful kid of K, because, she didn't get pregnant. Now it's like, you don't pregnant.
Like I said, I don't trust her. And then that weird security guy that stays there.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
That's strange. She was like, oh, yeah, I hired him, and he's great, and blah, 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 and he protects lesbians. I was like, why do you keep inserting that? We get it.
I mean, it's weird, right?
Like, we get it, You don't have to keep inserting that. But, yeah, that was weird. Like, she thought that she heard something in the basement, and she had him go down there and check. And I don't know. I just, like I said... I feel like everybody's got a hand in this shit. Everybody's got some kind of hand in this. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's got a hand in this. Something's weird. Something's going on, and I don't know. What's your takeaway from this season with Delicate?
Of which show?
Of Delicate.
Like I was saying, man, I really like how it feels like we're watching a very, very long movie,
Yes.
It's a piece of the puzzle every episode.
Yes.
And it's a really nice storytelling. It's a lot better than the past couple seasons. It's going back to the roots of how it used to be.
Right. Especially last season. I mean, just throw that whole season away. Just toss it away. Just toss it in the trash.
We don't talk about New York.
First rule about New York. Yes, for the title, yeah. No, I definitely like the direction that this season is going. I think Emma Roberts is well into her... Yes. I feel like she's really into her element. And it's going to be interesting to see how things go. I'm super excited to see the rest of the season and what it's going to bring. And I'm wondering how they're going to incorporate American Horror Stories. Because I thought that usually it happened in the summertime. I don't remember it coming on the same time as the original show.
They're trying something new, I guess.
Maybe they're just doing something special for Halloween, you think?
Yeah, maybe that's what they're doing. So it's a 4-part thing.
And usually it's more, right? Isn't it like usually like 6 parts or something?
8 episodes usually.
Yeah. It's usually more. So maybe maybe they're doing something special just for Halloween. Because maybe, I mean, honestly, me personally, I like stories.
Yeah,
I like stories.
It was kind of rough when it first started, but it's pretty good though.
Yeah. It was a little different when it first started. I like the fact that I like the way that they incorporated Paris Jackson. I think she did amazing. I think she did really awesome. I think she did really awesome. It was very believable. And she's well within her, she's well within her craft. So I definitely tip my hat for that. And so we got this coming week coming, Ro. We got some new episodes to watch. What do you mean? We have some new episodes that we will have to review next weekend, my dear. So, you've got a lot of things going on. How can people follow you if they want to follow you on social media?
Well, my dear, that's what they should check me out on Instagram. It is Rochie, which is ROCHIE_San. And that's on Instagram, baby.
All right, so Roche-san, so that's SAN, right?
Yes, San.
All right, sounds like the plan. Well, you guys, we're a little under 4 minutes before we get that 30-minute mark here. Wanted to appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for coming through. We continuously try to find other ways of keeping you guys entertained, but also being able to incorporate a lot of the stuff that we like to enjoy and do. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And until next time, have a great, fantabulous week. And we will holla at y'all later. Deuces. Bye.